Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Build a Treehouse mod, which is being made by user BoreJoyZ, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a gigantic prefab of a treehouse. And I love this mod. Now I gotta admit, it may not be the most useful of mods in the world, but I saw it on the Nexus and frankly, it amused me greatly, so here we are. Now, as for how you do build this gigantic treehouse, well, it is a prefab just like any other prefab, so head to any of your settlements and go into your workshop mode, and you will find this new treehouse inside of structures, wood, prefabs, and then all the way at the end where you have this. It is just gorgeous and massive, and as you can see, does take 250 wood, 25 steel, 75 screws, and 20 cloth to build, and you will get this ginormous tree. Now, I gotta say one thing straight off the bat here for placement. It is very, very finicky. You really do want to find as flat of a place as possible, and because of how tall this thing is, you also are limited in some of the settlements where you can build it. Some of the settlements have a height limit, and this thing will surpass it, so you may have to play around for it. Well, a little bit, but overall you should be able to find a spot for it. If you don't, though, like we actually are quite lucky with this position right here, but say for instance if we wanted it around here, well, it's not gonna go, but if we do grab a random shack foundation that I've plopped right there, we should be able to easily attach it to the foundation so that you can build in a more interesting and diverse of areas. There we go. With that foundation there, it lets you build it quite nicely. So you can play around with it a bit if you don't have as flat of terrain as this thing really wants, but once you do have it in position, oh boy, you get all of this. Look at how gigantic that thing is. I love it. It's just a huge treehouse, and that is just fun. Now let us go and explore our new home. Now we just head up these stairs here, and we have, well, the first floor. Not exactly a whole lot to it, but hey, it is still technically a floor. You could put maybe a little chair right there, spruce up the place a bit, and then head up the stairs to the second level here, where we have sort of the main area with, of course, some broken glass, and then a rear porch with a lovely bloodied chain, or, you know, rusted, depending on your outlook on life. One of the two. And also some lovely views. Now we can, of course, continue to head up on this thing to, technically, I guess this is still stairs. You really wouldn't consider this a level. But then we have level 3. And as you can see, we just keep getting higher and higher up with better and better views. And frankly, some really nice construction on this thing. I really do like what they've made all of this prefab out of. A few oddities, such as this fence kind of going through the tree right here, but all in all, very well put together. We then can head up to this little balcony here for another good view, and then continue our travels upward to this rusted roof, and then up to here, which is just, you know, a nice, lovely, large room, perhaps perfect for your bedroom or your sitting room, perhaps. And there we go, some lovely views there, and we can still continue to go up to here, where we have a lovely sort of platform, and as you can see, this is the top of the entire thing, which is, you know, a pretty nice place to end this particular prefab. It is a perfect place to put a guard, perhaps, or, you know, just set out some lawn chairs and have a nice drink and enjoy the evening. It is overall just cool. Again, perhaps not the most useful of prefabs, but I love this thing. I really do like the idea of just finding one of the random, more isolated settlements and popping this thing right down in the middle of it, just as a nice little getaway for my character. It is pretty cool. Very well made. I do, as I did mention, love all the little bits and pieces that this thing is made out of, and it's all organized quite nicely, and frankly, far better than I could ever do. I know there are some people who do enjoy building a treehouse in this game, but I always have quite a hard time with it myself. I never can seem to place things how they should be. But with this particular prefab, no need to worry about that, as it takes care of all of it for me. Let's get a good view of this thing from outside, and also mention that it is also fully nav meshed, so you don't actually have to worry about your followers or even your townspeople. They can go around and walk up inside the place. Now, they may get stuck on occasion. Unfortunately, let's scrap some things for a better view here. Unfortunately, yes, they may get stuck on occasion. There are some parts of it, especially the beginning landing, where they seem to get a bit confused, but all in all, they should be able to make their way all the way through the place and, you know, enjoy the lovely treehouse with you. And yeah, that's really all there is to talk about this thing. It is a giant treehouse prefab that is beautifully made, and I think a fun little addition to the game. So if you would like to check out this thing for yourself, which I would definitely recommend that you go and do, you can take a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is going to be it for today, my friends. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next episode, when hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!